Hey everybody, it is Library Carrie here with... What's your name?
Library Andy.
Library Andy, yes. And I am back pre-recording my Read 20 Minutes a Day challenge. I am actually up to Tuesday, July 18th. I am back in town off vacation, but I figured my first few days back would be crazy hectic, so I decided to go ahead and record a few days in advance. We are continuing with our theme about with books, Grumpy Day books. So I'm going to start with, first I'm going to start my timer. Hang on. There we go, 20 minutes on the clock. Hooray for Hat, Words and Pictures by Brian Wan. When Elephant woke up, he was very grumpy. The doorbell rang. Elephant stomped down the stairs. Go away, I'm grumpy. There was a present on the doorstep. Elephant unwrapped the box. It was hard to stay grumpy now. Hooray for Hat, Elephant cheered. I will show Zebra. That silly hat. But Zebra did not want to look at any hats. Go away, I'm grumpy. So Elephant gave Zebra a hat. Zebra smiled. They both cheered. Hooray for Hat! Let's show Turtle. But Turtle would not come out of his shell. I'm grumpy. Go away. Elephant gave Turtle a hat too. Turtle smiled. They all cheered. Hooray for Hat! Let's go show Owl. But Owl did not want to see them or the hats. Go away! I'm grumpy. Elephant gave Owl a hat too. Owl smiled. They all cheered. Hoo, hoo, hooray for Hat! Elephant, Zebra, Turtle, and Owl marched down the road to show Lion. Hooray for Hat! But Lion did not want any visitors. Go away, I'm grumpy. Elephant gave Lion a hat too, but Lion was still sad. I love this hat, but I can't cheer while our friend Giraffe is not feeling well. What will we do? So Elephant, Zebra, Turtle, Owl, and Lion made a surprise for Giraffe. They all marched to Giraffe's home. On the way, Lion started to feel better. And soon, Giraffe felt better too. Hooray for friends! And that is the end of that. But I even like the inside of the cover on this one. Pretty funky stripes. So next up, we have The Grumpy Bunny Joins the Team. And if you watched the last picture book, Andy just found this on the back of the book. Happiness is best when it's shared. How awesome is that?
And I have something else to say.
You have something else to say?
Laughter is the best medicine.
Laughter is the best medicine. Good job. All right. The Grumpy Bunny joins the team. And if you listen to my last picture book session, we read Grumpy Bunny Goes on a Field Trip, and it was pretty fun. So this is by Justine Corman and illustrated by Lucinda McQueen. After a long day of teaching, Hopper the Grumpy Bunny was ready to go home, but his friend Coach needed to talk. The big baseball game between Easter Bunny Elementary and Swamp Cabbage Primary is coming up, Coach said with a sigh. They don't call those skunks the invincible stinkers for nothing. They always win, and I just don't have enough time to coach our whole team by myself. The grumpy bunny frowned. He didn't like the sound of this conversation. Hopper had never been good at baseball. He tried to play when he was just a school bunny, but he was always the worst player on his team. He couldn't throw, field, or hit. At the big playoff, little Hopper struck out in the final inning and lost the game for his team. The next season, he wasn't even asked to play, and some of Hopper's friends wouldn't talk to him anymore. Coach slapped Hopper on the shoulder and brought him back to the present. So what do you say, pal? Will you help the team? Will you be my assistant coach? Hopper thought hard. Why don't you ask Marigold? Coach's sweetheart, Marigold, was the girls' gym coach. Her track team is training for a big meet, Coach explained. Then he added, Lilac will be assisting Marigold. Hopper's ears perked up when he heard Lilac's name. The grumpy bunny adored the pretty music teacher. We practice Mondays and Wednesdays after school, Coach said without waiting to hear Hopper's answer. See you tomorrow on the field. He tossed a baseball cap at Hopper. Hopper's paws slapped together. The cap dropped at his feet. Hopper sighed and thought, what have I gotten myself into this time? The grumpy bunny found out at practice the next day. I'm going to coach the starting lineup, Coach told him. I need you to work with Skip, Flip, and Trip. As Coach led the rest of the team away for drills, Hopper looked at the 3 bunnies left on the bench. We're hopeless, Trip said quietly. Hopper smoothed the brim of his cap. What would Coach say? You're not hopeless. Be hopeful. If you try your hardest, you're bound to improve. We couldn't get any worse, Flip pointed out. Skip giggled shyly. Hopper smiled. From now on, you're Hopper's hopefuls, he said encouragingly. This would have been me if my mom made me play baseball. I'd have been sitting on the bench with a book. But the grumpy bunny soon found that it takes more than hope to hit a ball. It takes aim, skill, and strength, and the ability to move without tripping on your own paws. Hopper tried hard not to get mad at Trip when she tripped. He gritted his teeth when Skip dodged a pitch and when Flip flopped. Let's practice some fielding instead, he suggested. But the hopefuls' fielding was even worse than their batting. Flip took forever to reach the ball. Trip tripped over first base, and Skip ran away as if the ball were going to bite him. Finally, the grumpy bunny couldn't take any more. He threw down his cap. He was about to say, I quit, when he heard the sound of singing from the girls' field. Hopper saw Lilac leading the relay team. The runners were singing around while passing the baton. Lilac waved. She left the bunny runners to their practice and came over to say hello. Why are they singing? Hopper asked curiously. I think singing helps the runners work smoothly together in rhythm, Lilac explained. That way they'll learn to run as a team. Hopper's ears twitched with sudden excitement. As a team, he repeated thoughtfully. Hopper returned to his hopefuls. From now on, forget about baseball, he told them. Our goal is to become a team. And that means using our strengths to help each other. What if we don't have any strengths? Skip asked. Everyone's good at something, Hopper assured him. For instance, you're good at avoiding the ball, so you can lead us in a dodgeball game. With Skip's help, Flip learned to move faster and Trip stopped tripping over his feet. Sorry, Trip is a her, tripping over her feet. Flip was good at juggling, so Hopper said, let's teach these bunnies to catch. At first, Skip was afraid of the falling balls, but after a while, he stopped flinching and started catching. Trip had a tougher time, but she kept trying. Now let's juggle together, Hopper decided. The bunnies put on their baseball gloves and began to toss a ball. Flip, Skip, and Trip had always done poorly during catching practice, but this seemed different. They were playing and having a good time. Hopper noticed Coach's group running laps. He tapped Trip's arm and cried, Tag, you're it! The Grumpy Bunny raced away. Trip took off after him. She was so caught up in the game she forgot to trip over her feet. Instead, she tagged Flip, who started chasing Skip. A little while later, Coach blew his whistle to signal the end of practice. Hopper sighed. I wish we had more time. The Grumpy Bunny couldn't believe what he'd just said. But it was true. He'd been having fun. Trip agreed. This was more like a party than a workout, she exclaimed. That gave Hopper another idea. At the next practice, Hopper's hopefuls played party games. They started with hot potato. Faster, Hopper shouted. The hopefuls threw the potato baseball, faster and faster. Eventually, they were going so fast they could barely see the ball. But no one dropped it. Next, Hopper brought out a piñata. Remember, work as a team, he said. The hopefuls who aren't blindfolded can help the other one bat. What kind of candy is inside? Flip wondered. There's candy inside? Skip asked excitedly as he took hold of the bat. With that, Skip swung harder than he ever thought he could. Thwack! The piñata burst open in a shower of sweets. Skip happily shared the candy with the rest of his team. Hopper was very proud of his hopefuls. On the morning of the big game, Hopper's phone rang. It's me, a voice croaked. The Grumpy Bunny knew who it was. He just didn't want to believe it. I'm sick, Coach wheezed. I can't help our team beat the Invincible Stinkers. You can't give up now, Hopper protested. The team is counting on you. No, the team is counting on you, Coach rasped. What? Hopper squeaked. You can do it, Coach said. You'll be great. Good luck. And he hung up the phone. Hopper's stomach flip-flopped as he muttered to himself. Here's another fine mess I've gotten myself into. At the ball field, the Grumpy Bunny's stomach was still full of butterflies as he watched the seats fill up with fans. We're going to lose, he thought nervously. Just then Lilac arrived. She saw right away that Hopper was worried. You'll be fine, the pretty bunny said in a soothing voice. Just do your best. Inspired by Lilac's confidence, Hopper nodded. We'll play our best. As a team, he said enthusiastically. At that moment, Casey the catcher ran up. Pete, Sandy, and Babe have Coach's flu. They can't play. We'll never win without our three best players. Hopper's ears drooped. The team was doomed. Then he saw his hopefuls waiting eagerly on the bench. Every bunny is a best player, Hopper declared. With Trip, Skip, and Flip, we'll do fine. He winked at the hopefuls as he took out some baseballs. Now let's get out there and toss those potatoes. Hopper's hopefuls played well through the whole game. Trip tripped in the outfield, but she juggled the ball into her glove. Go team, the bunnies cheered. Flip almost got tagged out at second base, but he quickly used one of Skip's dodgeball moves. Safe, the umpire shouted. Yay, team, the fans cried. The score was tied in the last inning. The bunnies had 2 outs. The crowd was tense. Who would win? Timid Skip was at bat. He looked scared. Hopper paced. Do it for the team, he called. Then he added, pretend it's a piñata. Skip swung the bat so hard he sent the ball sailing out of the park. Easter Bunny Elementary won the game. Suddenly, Hopper felt himself being lifted up until he rode on a bobbing mass of shoulders. Cheers rang out all around. Lilac smiled at him. Hopper had never felt less grumpy in his entire life. Sir Byron, the great hare, came down from the stands to shake Hopper's paw. Excellent game, he said. You're a good bunny to have on the team. The Grumpy Bunny's ears perked up. He looked over at his hopefuls and grinned. Hopper had finally made the team. It's not how many flies you catch or times you cross home plate. Teamwork and togetherness make every player great. And again, that was the Grumpy Bunny joins the team. Let me me see, what do we want to read next? Trucktown. Uh-oh, Max by John Siskas. Max jumps. Oh, Max zooms. Max jumps. Max flies. To the max, he cheers. Bonk. Uh-oh. Max is stuck. Call Jack, Max shouts. Jack pushes. No luck. Mac is stuck. Call Cat, Max shouts. Cat digs. No luck. Max is stuck. Call Gabby, Max shouts. Gabby talks and talks and talks. Really no luck. Max is really stuck. Who can help? Do you want an ice cream? Do you want an ice cream? Do you want an ice cream? An ice cream won't help, Izzy. The fire truck twins? Nope. Tow truck Ted? Of course. He hooks Max. Ted flips Max. Hooray for Ted! Max zooms. Max jumps. Here we go again. Uh-oh, bonk. Call Ted, Max shouts. And this book is a reading level 0 to 0.9. So this is perfect for a kindergartner. Large writing, very short sentences, awesome pictures. So this is very good for kids that are just starting to read on their own. Next, we are going to read, we have just enough time for Mean Soup. And I've probably read this book 100 times. Andy loves Mean Soup. This is by... I love Mean Soup. I don't know if you heard that or not. It's by Betsy Everett. It had been a bad day for Horace. He forgot the answer to question 3. Zelda gave him a love note. And Lulu, the show and tell cow, stepped on his foot. As if this wasn't enough, his mother sent Miss Pearl to pick him up from school. She swerved and screeched and nearly killed 3 poodles before they made it home. Horace felt so mean, he stepped on a flower. His mother said, "Hello," and Horace hissed. His mother said, "How was your day?" And Horace growled. Arrgh. His mother said, "Did you thank Miss Pearl?" And Horace fell on the floor. "Let's make soup," his mother said. Horace lay still. He felt mean, and he wasn't going to make soup. His mother filled a pot with water and set it on the stove. When the water got hot, she threw in some salt. Then, taking a breath, she screamed into the pot. "Ah! Your turn," she said. So Horace got on a stool and screamed too. "Ah!" His mother screamed louder. "Ah!" Horace growled and bared his teeth. "Ah!" The water started to boil. His mother stuck out her tongue. Horace stuck out his tongue 20 times. He banged the pot with a spoon. He breathed his best dragon breath. Then he smiled. His mother smiled too. What's the name of this recipe? Asked Horace. Mean soup, said his mother. And they stood together, stirring away a bad day. Like I said, we have read this book a lot, and it's a lot of fun to read, too. So, I've got 2 more books, but I am out of time, so we will read these in the next session. That will be on Saturday. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we read more of The Witch of Blackbird Pond. See you guys later.